Hi everybody, welcome to It's a Twin Thing. I'm Aspen, the better half of the Summers twins, and I'm Ashley, the best half of the Summers twins.
You sound like an AI thing.
Like a robot?
Yeah, when you're like, hi everybody, welcome to It's a Twin Thing.
Turn left on Santa Fe in 1.3 miles.
Wow, you should be the Google voice.
But she doesn't have as shrill of a voice as I do.
We've been over this. I have a shriller voice than you do.
No, you don't.
I'm going to try to not be shrill today.
Me too.
Okay. Hi everyone, it's Aspen, the best half of the Summers twins.
That was more shrill than you usually are.
No, it was upbeat. There's a difference.
Hi everyone, it's Ashley, the best half of... Wait, did you say the best half?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So what are you going to say?
Hi everyone, it's Ashley, the other half of the Summers twins.
Aw, poor Ashley.
Today,
get ready because the truth is coming out.
Uh-oh. We are going to be playing Truth or Truth, which is like Truth or Dare, but we can't do dares because you can't see us, so that would be kind of stupid.
So instead, we're going to ask daring questions.
Yes, ooh. And the other one has to answer the question that we ask.
We haven't prepared any of these in advance, and I really don't even know what questions I'm going to ask, so
this will be a surprise. The rule is you can't say, like, I don't know, or make up a fake answer. You have to answer your real answer.
Okay.
You know what's weird? When I watch the video, I feel like my mouth moves after the words come out of my face. That's creepy. I don't want to watch that.
Do you want me to turn the video off?
No.
Last time I turned the video off, remember you freaked out because you couldn't see yourself?
No, I freaked out because I couldn't see you, and then I didn't have anyone to talk to.
Oh, because I'm so
for the
cute.
Black screen. Yeah. Guys, I have a confession.
Wow, the truth is coming out before we even start the game.
I want a baby so badly, I might just go get pregnant.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna be an aunt, I guess, so congrats to me.
I just love babies, and I just never get to be around them. I was watching this movie the other day with the most adorable baby who ever existed, and I've just been so sad this week because I just want to hold a baby, and I don't know any babies.
I'm sorry. If you want to see a cute baby, what was it called? I watched this movie a while ago that had... Oh, the movie How to Be Single. It's kind of a weird movie, but there's this part... I was going to text you when I was watching it. It was around like 20-something minutes, and there was the cutest baby ever. I was going to tell you to watch it. I'll have to find it.
Okay.
Find the scene and show it to you.
I'll show you the scene from the movie I watched where the baby was really cute. Okay. Not right now. I'll show you later.
Sounds good. Okay, you ask a question first because I don't have any.
My first question for you is, what is the worst thing that you've ever done?
Worst thing as in like naughtiest thing?
Yeah, like when you were a kid, or like something that you did that was like illegal, immoral, or wrong.
When we were 7, we went to Disney World, and we went to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which is that salon place that kids can get made up as princesses or rock stars or whatever. So I got a Cinderella makeover, and I was wearing my Cinderella dress and my favorite pair of white tights, but they weren't just normal white tights. They had the like flower designs on them and everything. And so I went around the park all day, made up as Cinderella, and it was the best day ever. And then at night, we went on Splash Mountain, and my dad promised us that we weren't going to get that wet. He would shield us from the water, but somehow, wherever I was sitting or something, I just got completely drenched. And so I was all like crying and freaking out about how wet I was. Then my mom took me into the bathroom to try to help me dry off, and I took my tights off because they were soaking wet and all black and dirty from the dirty Splash Mountain water. And then I went into the bathroom stall, and when I came out, my mom had thrown away my tights, which, if you didn't hear me say earlier, were my favorite pair of tights. And so I was like, what did you do with my tights? And then she said that she threw them away because they were dirty and I couldn't wear them. And if you've ever seen children's tights, you can't really wash them that well. I mean, obviously you put them in the washing machine, but like when they get ruined, they're just ruined. So anyway, I started freaking out and trying to get my tights out of the trash can, which of course my mom didn't want me digging through the Disney World trash cans trying to find my tights, so she wouldn't let me, and I was screaming bloody murder, would not calm down and would not leave the trash alone. I don't have that much of a memory of what happened because I think I was just traumatized, but the story goes that I was being so crazy loud that my parents thought that they were going to call the police because it sounded like my mom was abusing me in the bathroom. People would come into the bathroom and turn around and run out because I was just being so irrationally crazy. That story has carried with me my whole life. I've never been able to live that one down. We didn't get the police called on us.
You didn't even get in trouble.
Well, I did get in trouble, but my dad's kind of a sucker and he didn't, because I was going to have to go back to the hotel and not watch the parade and stuff, but then he didn't want to ruin the trip. So, and he didn't want him or my mom to have to take me back and miss out too. So, you know.
And then she got candy.
I know, I don't know why I got to get candy, but even though I didn't get punished, I think that story being told to everyone in existence, even 12 years later, was punishment enough.
Punish?
That's what I said.
No, you said punish.
I hate you. That was the worst thing I did. Yeah. I just said I hate you. Oh, also, okay, can I say another story?
Yeah.
Another worst thing I did is, this will be a quick one, but when we were 8 or 9, Ashley and I got into a really bad fight. Believe it or not, we were like the tallest kids in our class when we were in late elementary school. And I feel like Ashley said something about me being tall or whatever. And I said, well, you're so tall that it embarrasses me. Then she was really, really offended. I think she's still offended about that. I also used to bite you on the bus sometimes.
You bit me until we were like 9. We were way too old for you to bite me.
But you used to kick me until we were like 16. Like,
what?
Hard.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I think those are the worst things.
Those aren't really that bad of stories. Are you sure? That's the worst thing you've ever done was the Splash Mountain tights?
I mean, I don't know. Can you think of something worse that I've done?
Not specifically, but I'd have to imagine. Never cheated on a test. Never stole anything. I mean, I'm sure during COVID I cheated on tests, but not really cheated. We need to do something bad. We should throw a party.
Let's do it.
Cut that out so our parents don't hear it. Everyone else, we're having a party when our parents are out of town, so come over.
Yeah. Okay, I have a good question for you. You know how sometimes we would blame things on each other, like not things that necessarily that we did wrong, but if were too embarrassed to like go ask a teacher a question, we'd be like, Ashley wanted me to ask you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's like the worst thing that you've ever blamed on me or lie that you told about me?
That's a good question. I think one time I think it was freshman year, we had a math test. And my math teacher was like super strict about if you forgot your homework, you didn't get any points. And if you forgot your calculator, you didn't get to use it on the test or whatever. But I had forgotten my calculator at home. You couldn't take the test without a calculator. So I said that my sister had forgotten her calculator and I let her borrow it, so that my teacher would let me go get Aspen's calculator from her. That can't be the worst thing. I meant like something that would make me mad. I wouldn't care about that. Well, I can't think of something right now.
Okay, that's okay.
I'll think about it.
Okay, you ask a question.
Shoot, I just had a good... What is a secret that you had as a child or now that you've never told our parents? Bonus points if you've never told me. Because that's kind of the point of...
Oh, dearie dewdrops. I'm sure I have something. I don't know if I can think of a secret that I've never told you or our parents.
Or it can be something you told them but you never told me.
Oh. Oh my gosh. A secret that I've never told you. I really can't think of anything. Can you come back to me? I'll ask you a question and then... Okay, I don't know if I want to ask this. Oh no. What's your worst memory of me? Or like something that I've done to you that you will never get over?
Ooh. My worst memory of you. Okay, come back to me on that one.
What's something you would do if you knew there were no consequences?
I would cheat on my costume design tests.
That's a good answer. Ashley's been trying to make up this final for a costume design class she was in last semester since January, and her professor keeps telling her that she can take it, but then not responding about how she can take it.
I'm not actually going to cheat on it, but it's just been a long time that I've been studying for it, so I don't really remember everything. Oh, I asked you another question.
Oh, well, I was trying to think of a secret, but I don't know, Ashley. I don't really think I have any secrets from you.
Okay. Something I will never forgive you for. I want to say I had planned like a special day for you or something. It was like, I think for our birthday.
Oh, this year?
Yeah. And then we got in a really big fight. But I actually do forgive you for that. So
well, I hope you do, because from my memory, the fight was completely your fault.
What?
Okay, now I unforgive you.
But that wasn't, I guess that was just a bad memory. Okay, no, there's gotta be something from when we were little that I'm sure I'm so mad at you about. Accusing me of pushing you in first grade.
I'll never forgive you for pushing me.
Oh, why can't we think of any good answers?
I don't know. This is dumb.
Okay. My next question for you is, what is your most controversial belief?
I firmly believe that a straw has two holes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because people are like, no, it's just one continuous hole. But like, a tunnel is a continuous hole, but you have to dig both sides of the hole. Otherwise, it would be closed on one side. So a straw has to have two holes, because if it only had one hole, then it would be enclosed on one side of the straw. I think my serious controversial belief is that there's too many self-help things that are actually like feel bad about yourself things. Last week, I was having a really bad 36 hours, and I have no idea why. I had no justification for it. But I was, for some reason, really crabby. And I just really wanted to, like, do something to make myself feel better. And in my head, I was like, well, if I just take an hour and read the book that I'm in the middle of or something like that, I feel like I just need that rest. And I kept almost going to do that, but then I would be like, well, I should do my daily devotions because that's supposed to make me feel better. Or I went for a walk one day and was listening to this podcast about gratitude and stuff because I was like, I just need to get out of my head and be grateful and not be this irritable jerk. And so then I'm listening to this podcast about gratitude, which I 100% think that gratitude is important. But when I was just feeling really down and irritable, all it did was make me feel bad about myself that I wasn't feeling grateful and didn't want to sit down and journal about all of the things that I was grateful for an hour. I think that you need to be grateful and positive and optimistic, but I also think that there's too many people who claim that they're like self-help and trying to make you live your best life, but really they're just like, look at me, I can make myself feel better by praying, so you suck because you just need to wallow in self-pity. So, I don't know, that sounds so terrible, but or maybe it's not even controversial, I don't know. But I just feel like sometimes everybody needs to be allowed to just feel bad for themselves and then get over it. But if you need 24 hours to not do all of these things that society tells you are supposed to make you feel better when really they just feel like an obligation, then just don't do them. It doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know if that's controversial. I think that a lot of people I mean, I think they do this in a way that they think is helpful, and I'm sure it is helpful for some people, but I feel like there's just this expectation that there's all these things that you can do to fix problems or to get over things, and I think we just skip the step of like just feeling bad about something or being upset or angry, or I mean, I kind of feel like women aren't really allowed to be angry. We just try so hard to like not be angry or not be upset and think, what's wrong with me? Why am I angry? And then try all these things to not feel angry. And then I feel like it just makes it worse because you're trying to get rid of it. And I think if you just take the time to accept it. I used to get so nervous for everything. I mean, I still kind of do, but I would get petrified for speeches and auditions and interviews and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I would just spend so much time researching all these things that I could do to not be nervous. And I would try so hard to not be nervous. And I would try to convince myself that there was nothing to be nervous about. And it was so embarrassing and stupid that I was nervous. And then I read this article that was like, if you're nervous, be nervous, and then it'll go away. Because you'll realize that there's nothing to be nervous about and you're not worrying about being nervous. You're just okay with it. And I feel like it actually works really well, at least for me. Like if I'm about to give a speech in class or something and I'm super nervous, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I can't be nervous. I'm going to mess up because I'm nervous. This is so stupid. Why am I nervous? I'll just be like, okay, I'm really nervous and it's fine. It'll go away.
Yeah, I think that's actually really interesting because I remember that you used to be so petrified, like if we had to give a speech at the beginning of one of our workshops or shows or something for stage bugs, and you would be like, you need to talk, I can't talk, I'm too nervous to talk in front of people. I didn't know that about that article, but I feel like lately you're a lot calmer about it, so I think that's really interesting.
Well, also you just talk the whole time anyways, so.
I know, I'm so bad about that.
I'm just kidding. Which I don't mind when you talk the whole time, except for that, then I get nervous about how awkward I look just staring at you. And like, I don't know what to do with my face. Like, I don't know if I should smile because that looks weird, or if I should like not smile, but then I look like I'm angry.
Yeah, it's always awkward. I never know what to do when someone else is talking. That's probably why I talk the whole time.
I feel like I just want to like put my hands over my face.
You should do that next time. That would be really funny. Okay, what is your guilty pleasure?
Oh, I thought of my answer to this the other day. Oh, well, I got this app, and I usually don't have apps on my phone because I don't feel like I'm very addicted to my phone, but sometimes when I have like games, I'll get a little too wrapped up in them. So I got this, I was trying to get Disney emojis, and there's this app that you can get them, but it's like Candy Crush, but with Disney characters, and you have to play the game and like win the emojis to get them to like use on when you're texting. So I've become a little bit obsessed with it because I want to get the emojis so I can text them. So I spend a lot too much time playing that game.
That's funny. That's cute though.
If you could change one thing about me, what would it be?
About you?
Yeah, like something that bothers you.
I don't know how you're going to take this. You're either going to say this doesn't count or it's going to make you feel bad.
Oh,
so I don't know if I should say
you
it.
You can say it.
I would take away your autoimmune disorder because, I mean...
Because it's so annoying.
Well, no, primarily because I want you to feel better and I just feel so awful for you. But also because selfishly, I want us to be able to do all the fun things together that we used to be able to do.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't want you to be, that's why I didn't want to say it, because I don't want you to be sorry. I feel terrible about it. I don't like you less because of it or anything.
Well,
it's
that's
just
good.
I just wish that you had the ability to live like a normal 19-year-old.
Me too.
My next question for you is, what is the last lie that you told?
The last lie that I told was probably that I was sleeping when I didn't want to do something, but I actually wasn't.
What did you not want to do?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a specific example. Like if I didn't want to go somewhere that everyone else was going. Or like
when we went to that financial planning meeting, were you not really sleeping?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I was sick, cold sick, not just normal Ashley sick.
Mm-hmm.
A couple weeks ago, my dad had scheduled this meeting with his financial planner, and he wanted us to come because we're old enough now that we should like start thinking about our finances, I guess. And neither of us wanted to go in the first place. But then I had gotten sick the weekend before, so then I didn't feel good, and then I really didn't want to go. So I think I was awake when they were leaving, but when they were like trying to get my attention, I didn't answer. So they would think I was sleeping and I didn't have to go.
I have to say, though, I did not want to go, but I actually found it pretty interesting. I think that...
Yeah, whatever.
Not like...
I'm just kidding.
Not like, oh my gosh, this is so riveting. But, I mean, we never got any sort of financial planning classes or anything in high school and college. And there's just certain things about investments and stuff that I think are important to know when you're my age, because then when I'm my parents' age, I could be like a millionaire.
And I do feel like I was interested in going and hearing what they had to say. I just didn't want to go for like the 3 hours that he was going to be talking to our dad.
They only talked to our parents for like 10 minutes, and then they had the other lady that worked there like made this whole presentation for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then my dad talked a lot because he just goes off on tangents, so it had nothing to do with financial planning. But like, I had to pee so bad, and he would not stop telling stories. But I had a whole list of questions, so I thought I was just gonna wait until the end. But then he wouldn't be quiet, so then I was like, okay, you need to stop talking or let me go to the bathroom.
Now I hope they're not mad at me when they hear that. It's like a big secret.
I think you'll be all right.
But I really didn't feel good. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I don't want to go, it's going to be boring. It was like, I really don't feel good. So, okay, let me find another question for you. I'm going to ask you this question, too. What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. I don't know. I wish I could think of better answers.
I know, you haven't had to say anything revealing yet.
I feel like when I'm really annoyed, I like to make a lot of noise. So, like, purposely type really loudly or, like, chew really loudly. Does that count?
Sure. Also, when you're annoyed, isn't it you have to use big words?
Oh, I think I got over that, but I do think when I was younger, I used to do that.
When she would get mad, she would use, like, really big words. I should find a text. When you said that, she would text me these sounding like she was like giving a speech at Oxford or something.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I forgot about that.
Oh, your turn.
Sorry. Have you ever re-gifted a present? Have you ever re-gifted a present that I gave you?
I don't think so, but you give me so many presents. I'm not sure I can keep track. You used to give me a piece of black construction paper crumpled up with coal written on it for Christmas all the time. So one time I stole it and then I gave it back to you. Actually, I think one time I re-gifted something that someone gave me back to them because one of our friends got us these cupcake necklaces when we were younger because we loved baking, and they were in these cute little jewelry boxes shaped like a cupcake. But I got the same thing from 2 different friends, and I think I forgot who had given them to me, and then our friend had a birthday party, and she also loved baking, and so I gave her one of them because I had 2, but I think she was the one who had gotten me one also.
That's so funny. Did she say anything?
I don't think so. Maybe I made this up. Maybe I didn't actually give it to her.
That sounds familiar. I mean, she probably just thought, like, oh, Ashley really liked this, so she got me one too. Do you want to hear my re-gifting story?
Yes.
I think I did this more than once, but I specifically remember for our 13th birthday, I did this scavenger hunt thing where I had 13 different kinds of candy, and I made, like, sayings that went with each year and each kind of candy.
That was so fun. I got so much candy.
Yeah, but you didn't eat any of it, so I definitely rewrapped some of that candy from that year and gave it back to you the next year.
I'm sure I've done that too. Our parents have done that to us a few times.
Yeah. Final question, make it a good one.
Oh my gosh. What is your biggest regret in life?
Giving up processed foods for lunch.
Oh. Okay, what's your biggest fear?
I guess it kind of depends on, like, what kind of fear you mean, because probably my family dying, but, like, personal fear is getting to the end of my life without feeling like I made an impact or, like, fulfilled my potential, you know? Good question.
Thank you.
Okay. My last question for you, if you can think of an answer. What is something you hope that your family never finds out about you?
Like my current family or like when I have kids?
Oh, that's a good one too. If you can think of one for your current family, but if you can't, then what's something you hope your kids never find out about you?
Ooh, I don't know. That's such a good question. I wish I had an answer. Maybe how much I used to fight with you. Actually, that's probably something I wouldn't want our parents to find out also, is like some of our fights. I wouldn't want them to know everything that goes on. Maybe Mom and Dad just don't listen to this episode.
Well, that's our truths. And I sounded like a country person when I said that.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. This side of my face is so much prettier than this side. I should just like...
That's not true. That is not a truth. Another truth is that if you haven't subscribed to our podcast yet, we don't like you as much as the people who have subscribed. So please make sure you subscribe/follow. I don't know what the jargon on the platform that you use is. And read our blog too. And come back next week for another episode of It's a Twin Thing.
Bye. Have a good Wednesday.